Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and welcome back to another video. Once again, this is for a guy named Love to Eat Push 79. Um, he was gracious enough to send me a bunch of stuff, and this is one or two films he asked me. One was Boondock Saints, which hopefully by the time you see this, I've uploaded the video. And the other was this film, 3 O'Clock High, which is no problem because I've been meaning to give this film a watch because I've heard quite a bit about it. I know it's directed by the guy who would, I believe it's the same guy who would eventually direct Punisher Dirty Laundry starring Thomas Jane, which I thought was interesting. I know this is a film that I believe Steven Spielberg was involved with at one point, but then he thought it was too dark or too... I guess he thought it'd be more Back to the Future, and it wasn't. And I'm like, Back to the Future? But I guess that tone of, not as dark and... Which I don't think is a dark movie, so I don't know what Spielberg was smoking. But it was going, oh, no, this seems like more of a Scorsese's up his sleeve. Which actually the director even admitted in a Q&A that he was going for an After Hours vibe. Which actually I don't mind After Hours. Honestly, if I had to pick, I'd probably put 3 O'Clock High over After Hours. But I liked After Hours. One day down the road I'd like to review that. But between the two, I like this film more. Because I like the cast. I like Casey Siemaszko, which I remember from Young Guns, and he looked so much older in Young Guns. And they really do. I guess the hair on his face and such really made him age in Young Guns, because Young Guns didn't come out too long after this. But he looked so much older, and he looked so much younger in this film, and so much older in Young Guns. But he plays a normal kid who, sort of a meek type of kid who wakes up late, and he's late for school. One thing I gotta say about this film, I thought this film was very well directed. And the director uses the camera a lot, and in a good way. And in a way, it sort of becomes a High Noon, but in high school. Because at the end of the day, it's about a new kid named Buddy Revell coming to the school. All these horror stories about him. It's played by Richard Tyson, who I liked. I thought he did a good job. He was also in, I believe he was the villain in Kindergarten Cop. And I thought he did a good job. And he's pretty much... Unfortunately, Casey Siemaszko touches him without thinking. There's going to be a fight at 3 o'clock, and pretty much his day just goes into this sort of wild roller coaster up until 3 o'clock. And so many points of the film where it keeps us in check. There's the clock. It's ticking down. It's ticking down to 3. Kind of like you would see, like I would see in Outland with Sean Connery or High Noon. But the camera work, really nice camera work. For example, when Casey Siemaszko wakes up, it goes from his face like here, and the camera goes like this. And then he wakes up, he hears the alarm, and it's on the clock, and then it goes like the camera goes like this. At times where it speeds up the film to really go up close or go way back, or it's on the ground of the gym and it's going all the way in one camera move to Siemaszko and whoever he's with face. Like, it's very camera oriented in its direction. I thought it gave it a bit of energy. I thought it gave it a bit of, supposed to be that, maybe that hecticness of, oh my god, this impending doom is coming. Oh, Tangerine Dream does the score, and I know in the Q&A the director had a funny thing where, yeah, I believe it was his first film, is okay, Tangerine Dream's doing the score. And Tangerine Dream, when they scored it, they thought it was a serious movie, like a horror movie or something. Like they thought it was, yeah, it's a very dark movie, it's a scary movie or something like that. So it was scored, and the parts he kept is when you see Buddy Revell and the score sounds like a horror movie. So the director had to work, no, tone down some of these parts. But I don't know, I thought this was an interesting film, like little details. And when he gets up late, can't find any clean clothes, gets a shirt, puts it in the microwave, and then gets a Pop-Tart and puts it in the microwave as well. Because his shirt was in the washer, but didn't get dried up, so in order to dry up, he uses the microwave. And he puts a Pop-Tart in it with as well. And again, Buddy Revell gets... Before that, Siemaszko was going crazy with the car. his car has a flat tire, so he's got to use his mom's car. Like, this is a guy's bad day. He wakes up late, doesn't have any clean clothes, has to microwave his shirt. His car is flat, so he's got to use his mom's car. He's hectic, so he's driving like a maniac. Buddy Revell has come to town, and he sort of, a buddy of his and the teacher sort of make him interview Buddy for pretty much a paper, school paper. And this is a kid who works at the student store, which I'm like, man, we didn't really have a student store at my high school. I mean, once in a while you have like a little, not even that. I mean, we're lucky that we'd be lucky we had a vending machine, let alone that. But and just little stuff at first. So the register won't work, it's stuck. He's forced to interview this guy, which everyone's scared of, and actually one of the people who are kind of talking in the background is Yeardley Smith, who would be the voice of Lisa Simpson. So I spot her. I spot her at the very beginning of the film and the very end of the film. And he's in the bathroom, and then Buddy Revell comes in the bathroom, and Casey Siemaszko is stuttering. Interview with the paper. You know, they just told me how we would just forget it. Without thinking, he pats him, and pretty much Richard Tyson just takes him and throws Casey Siemaszko right at the mirror, busting it and saying that there's going to be Richard Tyson. He breaks that mirror. He has a good presence in this film. Like, he's an intimidating guy. He doesn't have to say much words, and when he does, you get the meaning behind it. And he has such a great presence as Buddy Revell. And I can understand why a lot of people liked him in this film. He did a great job with it. And it's a shame this film really didn't do anything. This is a film I have to pick up on DVD sometime because I really enjoyed it. I didn't know it was on DVD, so I had to find it online to watch. But after that, I definitely want to pick up the DVD sometime. Because the acting was solid. You just felt sorry for this guy just having the worst day ever. Just all this shit keeps happening. The whole school finds out that there's going to be a fight at 3 o'clock, and they're saying, oh, we don't take bets, or we even have bets of how many stitches you're going to have on your face. And just a lot of nice camera shots and pan-outs, and the editing as well is very good. Really, really good editing. Like, he's watching this film in one class, The Wonderful World of Insects, and I recognize the music. It's the music from Jaws. If you listen to that music, I'm like, yeah, that must be the thing where Spielberg was going to produce this. Maybe I guess he took his name off it, but that's the music from Jaws, because it's dun, 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 dun. I'm like, that's from Jaws. And it's mimicking, not mimicking, but it's this edit between he's watching this innocent cricket fighting the big, tough scorpion. At the same time, these guys are trying to make him do this documentary for them about his upcoming fight. And just the way it's edited, I can't really explain it, but I thought it was very well edited in this film. It's sort of, the whole movie brings this tension, because it's always cutting to the clock and these push-ins, and it gives this energetic camera work mixed with some energetic editing, and always, you know, never too long where that clock doesn't come into play. That gives this tension of this upcoming 3 o'clock fight. And I definitely was not bored with the movie. I was always interested in the film. And just all this stuff. His buddy wants to plant a switchblade in Buddy Revell's locker. They get him kicked out. And again, with the editing, the Siemaszko goes, no, because he's going to know who did that, and he's going to want to kick my ass even more. And, you know, get the switchblade out. Come on, we only have 1 minute. It cuts to the clock, and it cuts to the guy. Oh, what's the combination again? Oh, maybe I got it. No, I didn't. Cutting. Oh shit! Now the hallway's being filled up. Just the way it's cut really helps with that. Again, I don't. This is one of those times I wish I could show footage to illustrate my points, but you know, they don't want free advertisement. Fuck it. But talking about the editing, there's one where they're at gym, and you have these cheerleaders beating up this football player Pinata, and the crowd going, kill him, and it cuts to his face and cut to what's happening, and Buddy Revell's over there looking at him, and then they hit the football Pinata, and the head flies off, and it lands right next to him, and there's like these eyes, a light coming out, not coming out, but the eyes lighting up. It's almost like a skull in the helmet, looking up at him, and he freaks out. He wants to try to drive out, but he finds that switchblade, and the wire's been cut in his car. Mitch Pileggi from Shocker and X-Files, he's in there as a security guy who catches Siemaszko, who tries to run for it because he has a switchblade now, thanks to Buddy Revell, and he gets caught, and they find the knife and go, okay, you have a clean record, but you have this, so I'm keeping a watch on you. Is that the last time he hears that? So just get deeper and deeper in this hole. Just feel bad for him. And I thought Casey Siemaszko did a good job. I thought the film really kept ratcheting it up. Like, for example, he wants to get money to maybe pay this guy, and he tries, of course, the register's broke, so he's breaking in, the extinguisher fucks up, and it fucks up the whole store. And then, I believe Jeffrey Tambor is his name. This guy, if you've seen him, you've seen him in a lot of movies when you look at him. And he's, oh my god, the store's messed up, and who could have done this? And even when Siemaszko pays, and Siemaszko stole the money from the student store to pay for it, but then the guy goes up to Buddy Revell, and Richard Tyson just looks at him, breaks the guy's finger, and then punches the guy in the face. Like, the guy flies back, and it's one of those things. What was it? They did that in The Mummy. I also remember in Big Trouble in Little China, only with statues, where it's the domino effect. And actually, yeah, it was done in The Mummy, where I forgot the girl's name now in The Mummy. Damn it. But she takes a book and it falls one shelf, one shelf, one shelf, one shelf, another shelf. Same thing here. So, hey, this film did it before that movie. And even Richard Tyson looks at him, he's got like blood on his finger. I don't know if it's from breaking the finger or from punching him and the guy's nose bled on his finger, but Buddy Revell goes, shh. Which I thought Richard Tyson pulled it off very well. And yeah, it's just all these things. His sister goes, hey, well, maybe get yourself into detention. And then, he won't come for you, and the fight will have to be broken off. And so he's yelling in his English class, and he's smoking, and he hits on his teacher and kisses her, and then passes out, and he's kind of smiling. And he wakes up at the nurse, and, okay, when do I report for detention? And the nurse going, no, you don't have to report for detention. In fact, the teacher gave me her phone number for you to... So it never goes his way. And ultimately, he gets the money that he paid the guy, pays Buddy Revell, says, fine, I'll take it. You know what? You're the biggest pussy I ever met in my life. You didn't even try. And a nice little moment where Siemaszko goes on the rooftop and he's like thinking about the day and thinking about what's going on, what has happened, and so many people warning him. Even a cop warned him, oh, we're going to look into this money. I think it was an inside job. The actor's Philip Baker Hall, which, again, if you look up his credits, he's been in a lot of stuff as the cop. And like the first time with Mitch Pileggi, bringing him to one guy, saying, I'm going to keep watching you. And then before all this, he tried to help Buddy Revell cheat against good graces. He gets caught. And then the principal's like, I'm going to be watching you. And then you find out Buddy Revell didn't need cheating because he knew the problems anyway. So, again, this downward spiral. And finally, he's off the hook now. He paid the guy. But now he's contemplating. And even though he's free now, this is the change where, you know what, he's not going to be a pussy anymore. He Goes back, says, I want my money back. Sorry, no refunds. Well, yeah, well, I'm no pussy, asshole. The fight is on. And just, I love the Tangerine Dream score, and I love the cuts, the edits, the director, the editor, whoever is to the praise for that. And like Siemaszko's washing, the camera pushes. Again, I really like the camera work in this film. I can't say enough of it because I thought it was really well done. And the fight is fun. It's a fun fight. He's able to get some stuff in. It's not just a one-sided ass whooping. He's able to get a kick on the leg and jump on the back. Some people go in, like his buddy, and Buddy Revell throws him. The principal says, stop it. Buddy Revell punches the principal out, punches Mitch Pileggi out, throws the woman that kind of has the hots for Casey Siemaszko. Casey Siemaszko was able to get a punch in to make Buddy Revell bleed. I don't know why. For some reason, I was ready for him to go, you made me bleed my own blood. But that's another thing. But I don't know. For some reason, I was just waiting for that line. But that's another thing. And Buddy Revell was going to use brass knuckles, but then Casey Siemaszko was able to get to it and just, boom, knock Buddy Revell out. And he's won the day, and the cop comes there and says, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that money that's been stolen. He can't prove it, but he's going to talk to him about it. And then the next day, all these students are really impressed with him, and they're at the student store that's been fixed up, and they give him money for paper and more money. And then even Buddy Revell comes in, does this, and then just drops the money. Show of respect. Just walks out. He doesn't need to say... See, that's... Richard Tyson does a good job because he doesn't need to say dialogue. You get everything from his face. Like, he's serious, and you get like a little... slightest hint of a smile, smirk. Like, okay, I respect you for that, what you did. But not like, goofy and shit, but you get the slightest hint. That's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need dialogue. And Casey Siemaszko just staying there, not afraid. And I just enjoyed this journey that the character went on. I thought it was energetically directed. It made me go, man, what's going to happen next? Man, what crazy thing's going to happen next? What's next going to happen to this poor guy? Richard Tyson made a great villain, Buddy Revell. Tangerine's Dream score was, I thought, great. People say it's dark. I don't really get the darkness part of it. I mean, what, because it's not fluff? I'm glad it's not fluff. I'm fine that's not fluff. I mean, I don't know what Spielberg's problem is, but... Of course, that's the director that made a movie where a heart is pulled out of someone's chest. You made that movie, Spielberg. It's called Temple of Doom. Which, I don't think he's actually a big fan of that movie, to be honest, so maybe that's why. Get your balls back, Spielberg. Or sew them on, I don't know. But anyway. Then you do War of the Worlds 2005, which you had sequences where blood was filling the landscape, and almost if you've seen the War of the Worlds 2005, you know what scene I'm talking about. So, but this is too dark. What the fuck Spielberg's problem is? I mean, I like Spielberg, a lot of movies he's done, but sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? But, yeah, all the things are going great. He's got the money back. The teacher even comes up and kisses him, because obviously she liked what happened yesterday. And I like his last line, looks like it's going to be one of those days. And then now, early in the film, we had stories of Buddy Revell. Now it's all these exaggerated stories of Casey Siemaszko's character. So there's a nice bookend. I really enjoyed this film. I really liked this movie. I thought it was well done, well acted. I thought that the camera work and the editing was a top-notch job. I'm not trying to hype it up so much, but I'm sorry it took me so long to watch the film, because I really enjoyed it. I would like to pick this up on DVD sometime. I I liked the film a lot. I thought it was pretty damn good. I thought it was, I don't know, I just like the combination of the cast, feeling so bad for this guy, has that off-kilter vibe to it, which was fun to watch. Things are slightly like this, but wasn't like too slapstick or too fluff piece or too, I don't know what I'm going for. I don't know what words I'm going for, but I like the editing. I like the camera work. I just thought it was a well-directed film. The script was pretty damn good. Siemaszko and Richard Tyson did a great job. Yeah, never got bored with it. Went at a fast enough pace. It's only less than 90 minutes. I think it is less than 90 minutes. It wasn't that long a movie at all. And I enjoyed each step of it. So yeah, 3 o'clock high. Unfortunately, I think looking on, the DVD doesn't have anything, which is a shame. But yeah, I did see the Q&As on YouTube, so you can check out the Q&As on YouTube with the director and Richard Tyson and so forth. There's actually there's a few of them actually. I checked those out. There's a couple Q&As. But yeah, I definitely liked the film. So it was nice to watch this. So either way, thanks for watching. Take care and stay tuned for more videos later.